So, on the flip side, another way to get money in this country, which we like to do and nobody likes to talk about, is allow people from other countries to launder their money in.
I like the sound.
And I mean, it's not the worst thing ever because they're buying Canadian dollars, so that's why we always overlook it. I think it was like $2 billion in Toronto recently, and another one just came out that from China. This was like a money laundering scheme that they busted. I think they have like a limit. Like, it's like the government knows that the laundering's taking place. They don't say too much about it until it's like really bad. And like, shit, if this hits the news before we take it to the news as a bust, we're going to look really, really bad. And we don't want the general public to get on the point of like, we need to shut this down because they don't understand that we need to sell the currency to other countries.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So this one was interesting. It's a guy from China. I didn't totally, like, I tried to read through it and kind of follow it through, but effectively he received bribes from military officials. And he also paid some bribes, and there was some land sales involved. And it was kind of bribes to be able to get access to certain pieces of land and also be able to sell them, I think, to the government.
I mean, it sounds super cool, but
yeah,
it sounds like a wicked. I'd love to watch that movie.
Yeah,
anyway.
Exactly. And so then he comes to Canada, and him and his wife claim, I think his wife says unemployed, and he claims a $41,000 income. Okay, fine. So approved, moves to Vancouver, which it would be going to be hard on $41,000 a year.
Yeah.
2.5 years later, his Canadian bank account checking is sitting at a balance of $114 million Canadian. So he invested that 41K so well. I don't know what he bought.
He did better in the crypto space than we did.
Yeah, exactly. Quite a bit better in the crypto space.
Quite a bit.
And he bought a house for his daughter. And on the FinTrack, a FinTrack is a financial reporting form that we submit to the government, and we're supposed to evaluate the risk of the money that the person is spending on their property purchase and kind of gauge where it's from. So on his first one, he bought a house for his daughter for $12.5 million. And she's 25, and on there it said student as occupation. And then he bought the house 2 doors down for $16.5 million for himself. And so now he's here.
He felt retired on
There's like a warrant out for his arrest in China because it's been figured out there. And so now they're looking at him here, obviously, as he hangs out in his house with a shitload of cash. But the thing that kind of blew my mind, and this one, like, they know about it and they kind of just let it happen. And like the banks are in on it in some sense, is, again, because we need to sell the currency. So we will accept dollars from overseas because that means they're buying Canadian dollars. Is the first transfer was like $40 million. And so this guy's making $41K. He rolls into RBC and he's like, hey, my wire is coming in right now.
Yeah,
and
this
like,
wire about to hit.
No problem. And like, how much? And he's like, $42 million. And then the banker's just like, oh yeah, no, totally. That makes sense. And they said, when the bank asked, he said,
so much money on that transfer.
Oh, they would have made a shitload on the transfer. They're already like, they're instructed from overhead peers that like, you have to take these transfers in. So
I've dealt with people trying to get money over out of countries, and man, they get smoked.
My thing was, I'm not super familiar with it because I haven't moved the money around, but a lot of my clients are like, man, there is limits in place on how much money you can transfer per week 100%. And per day and all these kinds of things. How do you just bring in 42 million?
He would have moved it to a different country and then to here. I'm sure of it.
He said, and then they said when they asked him, he said land sale, which was actually partially true because it was a land sale.
Yeah.
But how we got the land is the not so true part.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this is what's going on, and this is just like a one single story that they've busted. This is going on everywhere, and this is our business, and this is why immigration is important, and this is kind of why it keeps us alive, because the product we sell is Canadian dollars, and a lot of it gets funneled into real estate, and this is what
we also aren't like especially hard on white collar crimes in Canada.
Exactly,
like we just aren't. No.
So we're not going to export any product, but we'll export our dollar, and that's what we're trying to hope and keep in. And so it's a tough part. When they park immigration, the repercussion that we're going to face is going to be deadly. Thanks for watching the clip, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see the full episode, check out our other page. The link is in the description. Also, check us out on Instagram and TikTok.
When I was broke, I had rich habits. When I was broke, I had rich habits.